Reverse Gamer here, and today, I can't really actually decide what I want to do. When's the last time I made like an actual video?
Hello everyone, Reverse Gamer here. Time for a video, a very first video, and today we are going to be playing Build Battle.
Wait, that's just a joke though, right? That's not like the actual last time I actually made a real video, right? Okay, hold on, let's see here. Past the Caker stuff. Past all the live streams. Past the old bet you won't watch it. Past. Oh, right there. Yep, 1 year ago. Hey, that's still not very good. Well then, if we're gonna stick with the theme of this channel so far, we are going to just not be consistent in the kind of stuff we upload here on Reverse Gamer. That's our way. So today, we're going to be starting another new series, okay? It's not Getting Whooped in Madden. It's not These Videos Smell. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. But basically, I'm going to be taking things that were recommended to me and reviewing them over footage of videos from when I actually like to make videos and not did it because I was bored. So, today we are going to be doing the very first video, this kind of like reviewing things that were recommended to me. Title still in the works. For the very first episode of this, we're going to go way back in time to something. The earliest memory I have of a friend and not a family member recommending something to me. It's actually going to be Darling in the Franxx. Now, before we get into it, I would just like to thank the great folks at PlayStation or whoever made SHAREfactory for somehow finding the best way possible to simultaneously be the worst and best video editor I've ever used in my life. And before we start, I would like to apologize for my breathing. I'm a really annoying breather, especially when I am recorded. And for the audio quality, because I'm never going to buy a new headset until this one breaks. And I won't spend more than $10 on one, so you have that to look forward to. Now, onto this show. We're talking about today, Darling in the Franxx. I actually have a bit of a funny story. Whenever it got recommended to me, more like the dude told me about it, and I was like, well, he seems like he likes it, so I'm gonna watch it because I want to like a TV show too, you know. And so I looked it up, and at the time I only had like Netflix or something, whatever I had, it wasn't on it. So I was like, I'll just take it from YouTube, right? I'll just find it on YouTube. And so I looked it up on YouTube and I found like a whole playlist. And then it was like Darling in the Franxx episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. Granted, I had never heard of this show, ever. Had no clue, right? And so I went into it. I went into the YouTube playlist, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is kind of good. I can see how he likes this, right? And then I go to school the next day, and I'm like, yo, like, I saw the first little bit of the show. It's about this person, and they do these things. And he's like, dude, what are you talking about? I've never heard of that in my life. And I'm so confused. But it turns out the show that I had watched instead was that one show with the girl with the eye patch. I can't remember the name of it. I'll put a picture of the girl up. But I had just watched the wrong show. And uh, that was my first interaction with this show. So already it leaves a bad taste in my mouth because I just watched this show that I really liked, that I thought was it, and so now I'm like, oh geez, I gotta watch something else. Like I'm not gonna watch this. So um, from what I can remember of the show, I haven't rewatched it yet. I just watched it once. Um, it's also the reason that I watch subs. Yeah. It's also the reason I watch subs, because whenever I was gonna watch it, I had just got Hulu, so this was after a little while, because it wasn't on Netflix, and then I went on YouTube, and then I had got Hulu, so I looked it up on Hulu, and they had it, right? And so I go to watch the dub, and I watch a TV show. How dumb was I, am I right? And then the dub wasn't out yet. It said it was like releasing in 3 days, and I kind of wanted to watch it now, so I did. I watched the sub, and now I can't watch anything but Naruto in a dub. If it's not Naruto, I'm not watching it dubbed over. Yeah, that's all the stories, the personal stories I have about the show. Yeah, so about the actual show, I didn't like it. Thought it was kind of stupid. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say about it, because I should really rewatch the show before making a video about it. So the premise, right? The premise of the show is you got the guy, and he like can't be a pilot of the machine, but you have to have a partner, and he just sucks. And then the girl who's like super good, but she like kills all her partners in like 3 tries. Like after 3 times, they always die. And then she like transforms the machine into one person mode. But only the girls could do one person mode, and it like hurts him or something. So then he does it, like because he can't do anything else, and she doesn't have a partner. The main guy and the main girl. He like signs up to be her machine partner, and they go in the machine, and then the girl's like, look at me, or look at you, you're the best partner I've ever had, yada yada yada. And that's the first, and then they drive the things the second time, and she's like, yeah, woohoo, you're doing a great job. But he's got this like blue stuff growing all over him from her, because he's like dying. And everyone's like, oh my god, you're gonna die just because you can't drive a machine. We'll still be your friend, don't worry. But don't be your partner. You're gonna die. We'll miss you. We'll all be sad. He doesn't anyway, and he like almost dies. And the girl's like, "Oh no, I killed him. I'm so sad." And then he's like, "Look, I'm alive." Ah. There was one episode where like they drew a line down the middle. Yeah, with like the house, and they split it to boy side, girl side. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this pilot video up now that I've got everything I can remember out of the way. If I ever do a video like this again, I'll be sure to rewatch the show before making a video on it, or have watched it really recently. So overall, I give the show a 7.5 out of 10. And I say that because it was good. It was alright. I'm not gonna say it was really good, but it was good. It was serviceable. Had some good parts. Had some alright character development. I really didn't care about any of the characters. I didn't really feel like I would have cared if they died. Besides the main two people, right? Because I remember there was the chubby kid. I remember him. I remember the blue-haired girl. I remember the other girl. It's kind of all I remember, actually. So, non-memorable characters. That's another issue I had with it. The main problem, just now, I'm remembering it, not 7.5, scratch that, you get a 7, alright? The last 3 episodes, where they suddenly decide that the bad guys are space aliens and not... Sorry about that, it's like 2 in the morning right now. The bad guys are like space aliens for the last 3 minutes. It just kind of comes out of nowhere. There's been no build up. And I'm not saying they did a bad job. What it looks like to me, what it feels like, I have no idea what happened. I'm not claiming to know why it happened. But whenever I watched it, I remember thinking that the writers... No, see, I've already... I sound really stupid saying this, because I know there was, like, the comic, or however you say it. It's not called comic. I can't remember if the word starts with something. I can't remember the word right now, but it's not comic. It means anime comic. Huh. Anyway, I know they made that first, so I'm gonna sound stupid. But and I'm just saying, I do know that they made that first. I've said it a million times. Just do not call me stupid. Alright? I'm not. But it feels like there was somebody writing it, right? They were writing their story, and they were like, yeah, I love this story. Like, I'm writing this story. This story is my life. It's the best story I've ever written. And then somebody who, like, outranked them in the show's hierarchy was like, hey, let me see that story you got there. And he was like, alright, here's my story. I love it. I know you'll love it. And then they were like, yeah, I like it. How do you think you're gonna end it? And they had this like ending planned out, and they were like, yeah, have you actually gotten that written down yet? And they were like, no, not quite yet. And they were like, okay, well, since you haven't gotten it written down yet, scratch all that, aliens. And that's what it feels like happened. Not that it did, because I know it didn't. But, well, I'm pretty sure it didn't happen that way. It's just what it feels like. Anyway, the aliens were stupid. Aliens sucked. Weren't good. Horrible story. And, yeah, with all that, it's gonna be a 7 flat. Hope you guys like this video. We'll see if I make another one. And if I do, know that it's because I liked it. It's probably the issue. It's gonna be to whether I like it or I find out that somebody else liked it, or I find out someone else thought it was really stupid. Anyway, probably gonna record a couple more of these before I go to sleep. And I don't have an outro catchphrase. I will see you guys in the next Recommendation review. Oh, it's a recommendation review? I forgot about that. Anyway, the show gets a 7. The recommendation does not get a 7 because it was underwhelming. It started off really good and dipped off. Yeah, that's going to be the scale for the rest of the videos. You're going to get a higher recommendation rating if it starts off bad and gets better, or if it just stays good. That's going to be the how I'm going to rate recommendations, and show rating is just based on goodness. So, Darling in the Franxx, 7.0, recommendation, 5.5. We'll see you guys in the next recommendation video.